You were born right on the fault line. Not quite analog, not fully digital. If you were born between 1995 and 2005, you exist in a liminal space that no other generation truly understands. You remember the sound of a dial-up internet connection, that horrible, beautiful, screeching promise of another world. You remember the waiting, the patience required just to load a single image, line by line. But you also adapted instantly. You taught your parents how to use a mouse, how to send a text. This duality created something rare. Psychologists are just beginning to name it cognitive duality. It's the ability to think both deeply and quickly, to be patient and instantly reactive. But let's be honest, this rare trait often just feels like a curse. You feel too much. You overthink everything. You remember a world before the constant noise, and you miss it. But you're also addicted to the noise. You can't look away. You refresh, scroll, refresh. This creates a hidden shame, a quiet voice that asks, why can't I just be present? You feel guilty for being on your phone, but anxious when you put it down. The ultimate trap. You were the last to know a world without public judgment and the first to have your every mistake archived forever. This isn't a character flaw. It's a neurological adaptation. Your brain was literally wired differently. Growing up on the cusp of a technological revolution is like having your brain's operating system updated while it was still running. Your neuroplasticity was off the charts. Your brain adapted to process two streams of reality simultaneously. The physical world taught you depth perception, cause and effect, and patience. The digital world taught you pattern recognition and rapid adaptation. This is why you can feel lonely in a crowded room, but find deep connection with a stranger online. Your dopamine receptors are the battleground, the anticipation of a physical reward versus the instant hit of a notification. But here's the biological truth. This isn't a weakness. This is a superpower in a distracted world. Your brain's ability to toggle between deep focus and broad scanning is unmatched. You are an analog soul with a digital processor. To understand why you are this way, you have to look at your ancestors, not your genetic ancestors, your cultural ones. You were raised by parents who were terrified of the very world you were born into. They said, don't talk to strangers, but your world was strangers. They warned you about the dangers of the internet, even as they handed you the device. The mixed message wired you for anxiety. You grew up in the shadow of 9/11, the war on terror, and the 2008 financial crisis. The physical world felt scary. The digital world felt like an escape. You built communities in the only safe place you had, inside the screen. You found your tribe in forums, in comment sections, in shared playlists. This is the ancestral root of your duality. You learned that connection is both physical and ethereal. Both are real. And now you're an adult, and you're expected to act like the old world never existed, to be a pure digital native. But that's where the psychological pivot happens. Research shows that this very struggle is your greatest asset. Studies in cognitive flexibility show that people who grew up in bilingual or bicultural homes are better problem solvers. You are not bicultural, you are bi-real. You fluently speak the language of the physical and the digital. You know when a text needs a phone call. You know when a meme is deeper than words. You are a translator between worlds. The rare trait isn't nostalgia, it's integration, the ability to hold two truths at once. This is backed by logic. In a world of AI and automation, the most valuable skill is discernment, knowing what's real and what matters. You were trained for this your whole life. You learned to spot a fake friend IRL and a troll online with the same gut instinct. That gut instinct is your strongest muscle. It's the part of you that remembers a slower time but can navigate a faster one. So, how do you use this trait? Not by rejecting one world for the other, but by owning the bridge you were born on.
Start by giving yourself permission to be bored. The analog part of you needs it to recharge. Then use your digital speed to build something, to find the information, the people, the tools you need faster than anyone else. You are the curator of the future. You remember the value of a physical photograph, but you know how to share it with the world. The shame of being too online or too nostalgic dissolves when you realize you are simply both. This integration is the final healing realization. You are not broken. You are the prototype for the 21st century mind. You don't have to choose. You never did. The rare trait is the ability to dance between the two worlds. So the next time you feel that pull, that tension between the quiet and the chaos, don't panic. Just breathe and remember what you are. You are the last person who remembers turning a page and the first person who learned to turn a touchscreen. You hold the history of connection in your hands. You have the rare trait of perspective. You know the world before the algorithm, and you can see how the algorithm shapes the world now. This perspective is your power. Use it to create. Use it to connect. Use it to remind others that there is a world outside the screen, and to remind the digital world that human hearts still beat, still break, and still heal the same way they always have. You are the bridge. You are the translator. You are the one who can say, "Log off. I'll be here when you get back." This is your integration. This is your gift. The rare trait isn't a burden. It's the answer. The answer to the loneliness of the digital age is not more technology. It's the humanity you bring to it. And you were born with an abundance of that humanity. You remember what it was like to look someone in the eye, and you've learned how to make that feeling last across any distance. You are the keeper of the flame. So stop trying to fit in. Stop trying to be a perfect digital native. Stop pretending the past doesn't live in you. Let it live. Let the kid who waited for the dial-up to connect sit next to the adult who can code an app. Let them work together. Let them build something that honors both worlds. That's your legacy. You were born between 1995 and 2005. You are not a victim of the timeline. You are its master. You have the rare trait, the ability to remember the past while building the future. Now, go use it. The bridge is yours. Walk it proudly.